Some of you have already started to wake up. It may have started with something little, a little thing that you may have noticed. Maybe repeat aircraft flying above your head, maybe black helicopters, maybe little streaks in the sky or little fibers wriggling around, or maybe open wounds and sores on your face and throughout your body. Maybe a little targeting, maybe, just maybe, a couple of orbs here and there, or even the unidentifieds. Maybe it was the Mandela effect, or maybe it was Hatman, or Mothman, or maybe, just maybe, it was a Sasquatch. Something woke you though, and it started small. And from there, and please correct me if I'm incorrect, from there it snowballed into a massive conspiracy theory that, come to find out, wasn't a theory at all. But conspire, they did. When you wake up from what you believe to be reality, and then you realize it was actually a nightmare, and that your life is never going back to normal, that right there is a pretty surreal moment. It's a jaw-dropping, heart-stopping moment. One that you won't soon forget, I assure you. The moment that you start seeing everything in its true form and true reality, I don't think it gets any more real than that. Sometimes you have to pinch yourself and ask, is this a dream? Am I sleeping? Is this really happening? And I've even asked myself, is this hell? But it's not hell. It's called truth. And I'm learning how to stand in it. Some have called this the Matrix, but maybe the Matrix was your old life. And maybe this is what you should have always known. But maybe because of your conditioning, it's become confusing and you're not sure which way to go or where to turn. I think we have answers. We just have to know how to look for them, because they're all around us, like literally all around us in every direction you look. For instance, let's take a look at planet Earth and see if it possibly resembles, I don't know, a circuit board with a little electromagnetic energy, something like that. I'm just throwing this out there. You can be the one to decide. But if you ask me and you want my opinion, when you're on top and you're looking down, things start to look really familiar, and they start to make a heck of a lot more sense, especially as compared to the BS that we've already been told, which were straight up lies, by the way. But I think deep down inside, you all know this. You know. It's been eating at you the entire time, and that's why you're here. You're awake, you're aware, and you're hungry for truth. Because you know, truth really does set you free. And I don't know about you guys, but I am tired, and I mean tired, of being held prisoner. I will no longer be a prisoner of this war. And it is a war that we're fighting, by the way. One that's being fought just as we speak, and has been being fought for thousands upon thousands of years, each time they started the world over. And I assure you, it's been wiped out and started over and over again. Take a look at what they've buried and tried to cover up each and every time. And again, I remind you, it looks like a circuit board. Circuit board Earth, to be exact. I'm thinking that they've known something that we didn't know for thousands of years, well before we were ever even a thought. And I mean, they knew. They had it all planned out and figured out, and then they were wiped out because they let it all go to their heads, forgetting their creator and the Earth's creator in the meantime. And he wasn't happy with them, to say the least. Babylon fell, And my friends, Babylon will fall again. It will. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the fight. I'm going to fight for this because I want to be ready, because I don't want to be left behind. If you ever doubted your creator, or that there ever even was one, I have to tell you right now, I think here's all the proof that you need. Literally, in your face. I mean, what? Did you think this technology really came from us? Did you? Come on. This technology wasn't ours. It came from those above us. Some of you call them aliens, but I call them fallen. They're the fallen ones, fallen angels at their finest. And if they had that kind of technology, they had to have learned that from somewhere. And I think that guy's name was God, the God. And they knew they were not supposed to take it and give it away, but they did. Not only did they share it, they misused it, and they used it for evil and not for good. And this should be pretty obvious if you haven't taken a look around lately. I mean, this world isn't exactly a kind or equal or loving place anymore. People are walking around like zombies. The only cares that they have are cares for themselves and their own needs. When's the last time you've seen someone do something nice for someone else? It's a rare occasion, I assure you. And I think we all know that. Like I said, zombies is what we are, what we've become. Well, maybe not all of us, but you get what I'm saying. I know you do. And I think the worst part of all is that the human race has been contaminated to the extent that their brains no longer are functioning by themselves. They are on autopilot, and it is not being piloted by them either. I think their pilot was actually on a one-way ticket to hell. That's just me again. I'm just saying. And just like most of you out there, I opted to jump from that aircraft. Parachute or no parachute, I wasn't going down with them. No way, no how, and not on our watch. Because that's what we're here for. We're here to watch. We're here to wake. And we're here to help. And I hope you guys realize that about yourselves. You have a calling. Your calling is big. Your calling is important. And your calling is needed and dire right here and now at this very moment. So right now I'm calling out to all you watchmen, all of you watchers, wake up. It's time. It's time to fight. We were all prepared and given the signs to look for. And my brothers and sisters, I'm certain that one by one we have checked them off our list. And we're down to just the minute few. We are so close, my friends, so very close to the return of our Lord and the end of this mess. We've got to hang on for the ride, but we have got to put up one hell of a fight, no pun intended. Do you see them? Can you see? All the buried cities, the neighborhoods, the villages, all that came before us, crumpled down, melted, blown away, buried in sand beneath us as we walk upon those who dwelled before us. Can you see? It's there. It's all there. And all their secrets were buried there too. I mean, if you can't tell, they didn't have any need for the electric companies that we have now. They already had that figured out in a nutshell, or on a circuit board, I could say. They used the entire planet. They utilized the entire planet and all of its frequency and magnetisms and ley lines. They utilized that. They applied it, and their energy was free energy long ago. Man, we've made things so complicated, haven't we? Just to think, all this time, we've been thinking we're the fastest and the best and the most advanced, and that nobody was greater than us. Wow, boy, were we ever wrong. We're the cavemen. We are the Neanderthals. We are the ones that are hunched over and can't stand all the way up because we're too busy looking on the ground and not paying attention to what's above, around, and beyond. This, my friends, is a hurtful truth, but it's a fact. Ask yourselves this one question. Does this make any sense according to what you've been taught in your history classes? Does it really make any sense at all? Because what I'm looking at right here comes from something so ancient, but so much more advanced than we ever dreamed, and I mean dreamed of being. It's obvious, it's blatant, and it's in our faces. And I'd say someone's got a lot, and I mean a lot, of explaining to do. But it doesn't matter because we know the truth anyway. Those of us with eyes to see and ears to hear, it's okay. We're already there. We already know that the battle's been won, and it'll be won again. Just like that. What do you suppose this guy's doing? Way out there in the middle of nowhere. Not too much around. Actually, there was nothing around when I was looking on Google Earth. This was hundreds of miles from anywhere. But he's out there all right. You don't suppose that some are still going underground now, do you? It's not like it would have been the first time. I don't think we ever really even stopped to think about how much manpower it would have taken for us to build these types of things, these facilities, these dwellings, these ancient buildings and structures. We wouldn't have had enough manpower. There's no way. But yet, we listened to the BS. We listened to the lies. We gobbled it up. We didn't question it. We're told this is this and that is that, and we memorized it, we learned it, and we repeated it. And I refuse to repeat anything they tell me ever again, because they're liars, just like Satan was a liar, for he was the father of liars. And they're never going to change, but they are going to burn for it. Repentance was never on their agenda. Never. Their agenda has always consisted of rounding up as many souls as they possibly can. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Possibly like, I don't know, an alien abduction. The similarities are uncanny. That's because we're talking about the same thing. It's just that we found our truth in the Bible, and we also found that there's a Savior who loves us. And the aliens, well, they don't love you. Those are the fallen ones. So I don't know, but if it were me, I think I know which one I would be turning to right about now. It's just me thinking out loud again, though, here. Take a look at the scale of these things. Just look at the scale, the size. This should be alarming and eye-opening and jaw-dropping to anyone who looks. But you know what? Most who gaze upon this are literally oblivious. They are not shaken, they are not stumped, they are not in awe. They're not stricken by anything other than a numb mind. Blank minds. That's all they've got. And it's truth. You know it's true. Look around. Try to have a conversation with any of them. just a conversation about this or anything that's relevant and that's not about a recipe or what they're going to do on vacation, but of meaning and of value. And see what they do. They either ignore you, they turn away, or they just don't even acknowledge you, don't even give you a thought. It's true. You guys know it's true. There's something wrong. There's something very badly wrong in this world. And it's happening. Not just here. Everywhere, my friends. All around, from one side of the globe to the other. Every single human has been caught within the spider's web. We've got to help them to get loose before it's too late. Time is ticking and the world is starting to lose hope. And I know many of you have felt that way as well. As if there's nothing we can do. There's nowhere to turn, nowhere to go. But I promise you this isn't so. We have so much strength and power, because there's power in numbers. And there's power because we have the power of God within us. He dwells within us. He is our full armor. We've got this. We have got this. But we've got to be prepared. And we've got to stand to fight the fight. We've got to fight the good fight, my friends. Don't be afraid. Stand up, and I'll stand with you. You have my word. With all that said, I just want each of you to know I love you. I love all of you. And I am thankful to have you as my brothers and sisters and my warriors of Christ. Thank you from the depths of my heart. Now let's go fight the good fight. I'm in the fight.
Evening to Waking God's Child YouTube channel. It's been a while. Sorry, it's been so long. Just give me a moment here. I'm gonna put maybe a All right. So I'm here. It's been a long while. I do apologize. Who all do I have with me tonight? Hopefully, I see we've got 8 of you on here right now. So we'll wait for a few more. If you guys are wondering what happened to me, probably the same thing that happened to all of us. Life happened. Life happened a lot, to say the least. I've lost another really good, close friend recently that passed away. I had surgery 2 days ago on my back area and neck area. I've felt completely lost and displaced and disheveled, and I could go on and on with the list. There's just a lot going on with everyone. Hi, Kat. Hi, guys. Let's see. We have the chosen. Am I reading this right? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this correct here. I'm going to put this on the screen so we can see it. For some reason, it's not showing it correctly. All right. There we go. I'm going to try to share your comments here a little bit better if we can work that out. Like I said, I'm not navigating too well through this, but I'm going to get there. I'll get there. Always do. So, all right. And okay, so Chosen Finder, Chosen Indeed. I am so sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I am like blurry eyed right now. All right. Who else do we have here? Carol Brooks. There you go. All right. I love the handle. I love it. All right. Well, Kat, it's saying live because it is live. I just happened to play that video first because I found it to be. It's a video I made a while back. I mean, as many of you know, probably made that like what 4 or 5 years ago. But I found it interesting, in what we're going to be talking about this evening. And of course, that goes with the distraction that it feels like we're just distracted to death here on Earth. Needless to say, it's like every direction we're looking, there's something going on. And I guess what I wanted to talk about was what's been weighing heavily on my heart lately. And I don't know if it's just me, but does anyone feel like the world has gone crazy lately? Like people aren't themselves, you're having mundane conversations, you can talk real with them, you can even talk their jive, right? And they're just not, I don't know how to say it. It feels like people around us, like the lights are on, but nobody's home anymore. Like they're becoming empty shells in this world. Like the snail has left the shell, I guess is the only way I can say it. It's not funny, but we keep having the wars and the rumors of wars, right? Which was scripturally written. Then we have AI advancing, I guess, faster than any of us can keep up with, and these data centers, which is another huge thing I've been battling these days a lot, to say the least. In fact, I got to get up early in the morning and go to another commissioner's court hearing regarding it. I can toss a rock over here through my field at the one they're building right next to me, keeping in mind that I myself already suffer from these strange emerging illnesses. And Kat, you're familiar. Carol Brooks, I know you're familiar with some of this too. There's a lot of bad things that go with these placements of these large infrastructure, to say the least. And like it makes you question, what about our water? What about the aquifers that are draining below us and depleting, and the earth, sinking where those aquifers once were? Here we are in a drought. How are they going to replenish themselves? And they collapse. If they collapse, they're not going to replenish themselves. There's no way for them to. We have the stories of all the missing scientists going on. I swear, every direction we turn. And we had the Charlie Kirk issue series thing with little Erica Kirk, and all of this nonsense right and left. And then, of course, we've got Iran and these ships sitting out in the sea, that they can't move. They're almost out of drinking water. Every time there was like a huge earthquake this evening, by the way, just today, there's a big earthquake that just happened. So it brings you back to your earthquakes and famines and weather in diverse places, just crazy, crazy things going on, and we know that Yellowstone's been acting up. There's just, what has not happened is my question. Like in the last 12 months, think about all of this stuff, all of these things that are going on. This government secrecy, this economic uncertainty, and technology that seems to be moving faster than humanity's ability is to understand it. So I know that every day we're bombarded from in every possible direction. But the question I keep asking myself is why? Why are they doing this? Why so much at one time? We're looking over here, and then they got something else going on over there. And they're all big things. So you look over there, and then there's something else going on in the next place. So I'm not here to tell any of you, as you know, that I have the answers, because I don't. I have the answer. The one that I believe in my heart is the answer, and it was written well before the Bible on cuneiform tablets, on paper scrolls, or what they would like to have called paper, I suppose, chiseled away and left for us from those that came before us. So all that I know is that's what I know to be real. We have this Bible. Again, we know that the Vatican had I guess, structure of the Roman Catholic Church, I should say. Structured together, left some out, put some in. And, I even struggle with that. Like, why just some and not all? And why have we hidden other tablets away where we can't even get to them and read through those? Because how many were sold on the black market? How many are still buried beneath the earth? What do we not know? I can tell you there's so much we don't know, but there's even more that we do know on a substance or a substantial level. And that is everything that's happening right here and right now has been written. It's been written, whether it was the cuneiform tablets or scrolls, it was written down and stated matter factually that it would happen. These things would come to be. Knowledge would increase. People would be going to and fro. There would be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on earth, perplexity among nations at all the things that are coming. And let me tell you what, that's what we're seeing. But the question is, why the sudden just flush, like it just rush at us, I guess? Why does it feel like our governmental, actually, I'd say world governmental entities, or world, what men of renowned of what they like to call themselves, or the handful of the powers that be, it seems like they are pushing everything suddenly, severely, and with great strength, especially the building of these data centers. So in the video I just showed right beforehand, the reason I did that is because something hit me whenever I was looking at those and, remembering back, because there was always something that grabbed my attention. When you look on Google Earth and you look down at the earth, it, without a doubt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, resembles a circuit board. And, your pyramids as the nodes, and just everything that you can see when you're flying above, going through the sky, at 36,000 feet looking down, you can see the remnants of the past, even right here on our own continent. And you could see that it was covered up. You could see something severe happened, and maybe a force of weather. We already know there was a great flood. That was written as well. So even at this point, I don't even know how people could deny the Creator or the Bible in general, because it was written, it was found thousands of years before us. Here we are living in it, and it's happening. There's no coincidence in that. There is no coincidence in that. So it's like there's no eyes that should be closed at this point, in this moment, unless, of course, there are those that have not read Scripture or not, had the ability or chance to. If not, I recommend doing so, because even myself, being brought up in a church, which I do not attend a building anymore, I do not consider myself a religious person, because I believe that was man-made and created exactly for that. It's like a club. You can join if you want it, but you got to fill out the card and fit the bill, and then you got to go through those front doors, and maybe you have windows, maybe you don't, and that's not what my church is. My church is all of us here, all of us living together as a purely spiritual beings that we were created to be, having deep love, but also battling the real spiritual battle that is ongoing right now. And it is ongoing, let me tell you, because I feel like I can't even, I just don't know if I can swing my sword any higher at this point. I'm trying, and I know you all are too. We're fighting this. It's one hell of a fight, no pun intended. It's a fight like no other. But I feel like these powers that be keep us distracted. And going back to Google Earth and the views from above looking down, you look at these data centers, exactly how they're placed with the battery energy storage systems. And again, I am overly familiar with all of this now, because I've had to rapidly educate myself, because there's one going up as we speak right next to my house. So I don't really want to get any sicker. I don't really want my well water to run dry. I can only live 3 days without water. Same with you guys, but they're doing it, and they're doing it rapidly. It's not just here in Texas, it's all through the world. They're pushing them, and they know we're in a severe drought everywhere. Our water levels, they're depleting. They're dropping. They're almost It's going to take no time, let's put it like this, for them to be gone. Again, with our aquifers, the aquifers are just collapsing. Lake Tahoe's down. Gosh, Lake Mead, we won't even go there. It's just hardly anything. Lake Texana down, and Somerville Lake down. Everywhere you go, every lake you see, every water source you look at, Euphrates River, depleted, going down daily, diminishing. Then what? Because again, we can only survive 3 days without water. That is the number one most important necessity, is water. We can live a little longer without food, but we have to have water. So why are they doing this right now? And I would like y'all's opinion. Why the sudden rush for just extreme technology and all of these large infrastructures going in across our lands, our world, worldwide, in the middle of a drought? Why? What's the rush? And again, Google Earth looking down. What I see looking down on Google Earth is technology that's already been here once before. It's technology that's existed in our past, in our ancient past. And in fact, we're the cavemen now, in my own opinion. I've always felt that way. I still feel that way. And I'm trying to read to your comments as I go. Plagues, that's a good point there too. Yeah. And then let's see. Carol said, what will it be, right? Most of the data centers are here in the US. And why is that? That is true. They're actually all over, though, believe it or not. They were happening in other countries well before they were happening here. I mean, my opinion, we've always been a one world government, so to speak. Not always, but, well, maybe always. I mean, when you go to the store and you pull out your wallet and you grab a bill from it, what's the first thing that you see on your bill? You see a pyramid belonging to ancient Egypt, which is no part at all whatsoever of the United States of America, as they like to call it, or your 50 nifty United States, 13 original colonies. But there's a pyramid there, by golly, and there is an all-seeing eye of Horus straight up at the top. Yep, Horus, all-seeing eye. That was a god with a little g, one who fell. But he's on your dollar bill, yo. He is. There he is. He's just sitting there. He's looking at you, kid. And we're looking at it back, and we're just handing it over, and we're not asking questions. I mean, why? Why are we not asking these questions? Have we already been a one world government? I mean, after all, that same dollar bill clearly says, in Latin, it says, Nuevo Oro Seclorum, meaning New World Order of the Ages. Straight up in our faces. And we're going to the stove, we're just like spinning it like, here you go, here you go, here you go, passing it out. And we've been spending Satan's money this whole time. And if you want my opinion, it's obvious. The truth is hidden in plain sight. They hide it, but not very good. It's like literally in our face. They're literally like taunting us. They're like, you know what? We're going to tell them what we're doing, but not really, come straight out and say, hey, guess what? We're really messing with you, aren't we? You're welcome. They're not going to do that. They're going to mess with you, and it's a mind game. And any one of you that's seen my video on the Illuminati card game should have been an eye opener to everyone or anyone. Or I mean, even if I had a dog, would understand that. It's written on those cards. Those cards were made in 1994 by its inventor, Steve Jackson, which, by the way, big Illuminati guy, or whatever you want to call him, the powers that be, he designed these cards in 1994. But why do those cards portray everything that happened after 1994 perfectly, with the pictures perfectly, where the airplane hits the double, those little look-alike, sky-high things that and the same level it flew into, and building and smoke, and the same image you saw on actual live news, if it was the actual live news, if that airplane actually hit those, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, there's so much deceit. But how could we have ever thought there wasn't? For Satan was a liar and the father of lies. And here we are, we're just like, you know what? It's there. It's right in front of us. We're watching it in movies, truth in movies. We're watching it in our media. Our news channel saying the exact same thing, like puppets. Fox News, CBN, all just literally mimicking, parakeeting each other in our face. And we're just like, no, we're just going to overlook that one too. Why? Hell if I know. We've been dumbed down. We've been indoctrinated. We have been conditioned to believe everything we have been told. We don't know any different. We come into this world learning what we're told. You know, it's called conditioning, it's called indoctrination, it's structuring through a system because we live in a systematic system. It's plain as day. And yes, Carol Chosen, absolutely correct. They're following a script 100%. That's what they're doing. They're following a script, and they've been following a script because this was already written and in the plans long before now, you know. And again, these AI data centers and the best centers and all of this new technological infrastructure coming in, there's your Tower of Babel, folks. Welcome to your new Tower of Babel. What was the Tower of Babel? You know, they named it that for what? Many languages, you know, just lots of babbling going on, lots of lies in my own opinion too, but it was technology. You know, in the Bible, you know, things are written a little differently, but the translation doesn't mean it's correct. There's so much mistranslation. And I believe this was, you know, the same as these data centers. The Tower of Babel was the all-seeing, the all-knowing. These data centers, this AI, intelligence, you know, it's already becoming agentic and atomic. And it's already knows 7 million times more than we do, and faster thinking, faster moving, and they're putting them in bots and mechanical vehicles where they'll be roaming freely throughout our world soon enough. You know, don't think it's possible. Think again. Look at what all has changed. We're holding little computers in our hand, tuning into Tokyo, you know, 3,000 miles away in 2.3 seconds with just a push of a button. We're not using smoke signals. We're not using peace pipes, you know, and passing it from here to there. We're literally hitting one button and saying, "Here you go. Your order will be delivered tomorrow." It's insane. But again, when you're 36,000 feet flying above the earth, you're looking down, you can clearly see on the ground that this earth has had this technology before. It was here, it was present, and something happened. Maybe several somethings. I believe great catastrophes, and of course the flood, clearly written about, happened. And what happens when you have a flood? You have rapid petrification and mineralization that will occur. If there's a flood and things that are organic are quickly submerged into waters, and there's enough natural things such as quartz and other minerals in the ground surrounding that water, that bed of water and area with them, they petrify just like they are. Like, bodies don't even hardly decompose at certain depths. Lake Tahoe's a really good example of that. You know, they're finding people like from the 20s and 40s still in their clothing, standing upright at the bottom of that lake. Something happened. Trees are standing upright. Nothing, like, not a flood. A flood would have flattened these things out. The trees wouldn't still be standing upright if it was like some sort of a huge tidal wave or a huge force. Whatever happened, which sounds to me like the rain came down and the floods went up, like the Bible talks about, left depths and the extreme measures of what kept people in their skin still that lived many years before us, standing upright, still fully clothed. Trees standing with their branches out, no leaves, of course. Some of the bark is still on these trees, and they're dating them back to like 5,000 years ago in the bottom of Lake Tahoe. It's easy to figure these things out, and people are like, well, that rock's basalt, that one's granite, this one's this. No, those rocks were all organic. They're just different hardnesses, and you're giving them stupid names. But either way, you can look and see that is clearly petrified wood. That basalt you say there, probably petrified giant. Who knows? But they're not rocks with names. Rocks with names is stupid. My name's Lisa, but I'm a human. You know, and people are falling for that. They're falling for their script and their lies and their lines. They're just like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's a cirrus cloud. It's just a cirrus cloud. It's wispy and stuff. It's fine. Everyone knows it's a cirrus cloud. They're not asking what made it. Where did it come from? Why is it like that? They're not asking why is that basalt? Why is that this? Why is that? Nobody's asking any questions. We're just open our mouth, spoon feed us some more, please. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I can't even convey. This is exhausting. But one thing I do know is that knowledge has indeed increased. We're seeing it again. Here we are. And we also know that it was told your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams. Your young men will have visions. And you'll hear of wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes and famines. And all of these things, signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. What are we seeing? I mean, the moon was just out the other night doing some freakish, weird things. I saw 2 of them a month ago, 2 moons going together, coming up. I mean, what is going on? How many blood moons, blue moons, wolf moons, Pac-Man moons? How many moons and eclipses can we have in one lifetime? And what are these things above us anyway? What are these planetary objects really? What are they truly? Because I'm telling you, as a private investigator, I use a Nikon little, oh, I'm sorry, I have 2, but my Sony Handycam, just a little Sony 4K Handycam, right? I can zoom with that little Sony 4K Handycam all the way in to the surface of the moon. And I can see every ripple, every bump, everything, every inclusion of anything and nothing I can see. And that shouldn't be possible. It should not be possible. The moon is over 36,000 miles from Earth. This is a camcorder. Do the math, you know? I mean, I could zoom right now through my field and barely capture, about a quarter of a mile to maybe 3/4 of a mile, and it would be blurry. I'm talking crystal clear footage I'm getting. I can zoom into the sun, where they say never look at the sun. Don't look at the sun. No, don't do that. It'll ruin your camera. It'll ruin your flash. It'll ruin everything. And your eyeballs, especially. You'll go blind if you look at the sun. Sound like something a mom would tell her son when he's little, right? Like the other son. But it's a joke. It's a joke. I can zoom into the sun, which is 96 million miles away, so they say, and see these solar flares, CMEs, happening in real time by looking through my video camera. How in the hell could that be possible? Especially if we're down here on Earth and it's spinning and spinning and spinning, like they say, and it's constantly spinning and going around the sun, but I'm down here holding steady on it, and I'm like right on it, and I'm not spinning, and it's not spinning or moving out of my line of sight. What have we been fed, and what are those heavenly objects up there anyway? I have questions, y'all. I have so many questions, because when you're awake and you start to see truth, one thing leads to another, to another, to another, and you're just like, the heck? How did I ever fall for any of this? How did we become so dumb or deranged? And then you think we didn't. We were born into it. This was forced upon us. And then you start thinking, well, why were we all whisked away from our mothers the second we were born to get these little pokey pokes in the badonky donk donk? And I've got to say this a few times in here, guys, so this does not get taken down, because algorithm is real and not my friend. And so this is for entertainment purposes only and just fun discussions from, one human to another. So algorithm, you are not invited. I'm sorry. We're just doing this for entertainment purposes only. And right now I am so entertained by all the BS I can't tell you. But I mean, what is this world really? Why? And these distractions, what is this? Whose sick game is this? Who did this? And then you go back to scripture, which comes from, and I have to always say this because I keep running into people that are like, oh, you're a Bible freak. You're one of those. Oh, well, you almost made sense until you said the word Bible. So I don't care what you want to call it, but if you look up the definition of a Bible, kind sir, or dear Fruit Loop, Bible is just a book that has things, messages, directions, instructive to kind of guide your life by. So that's not a bad word. And those things compiled within it are just a handful, actually, a small handful of what we haven't even got to read yet, see yet, or know yet, because again, sold on the black market, buried underneath the Vatican, still buried in the earth, destroyed by our own soldiers going in to collect that knowledge and hide it away. I don't care what anyone says. You can hate me or thank me. I don't even care, because it's my eyes that are open and my eyes that are seeing what they see. And my mind will probably change a million times. It has changed before. I don't have to be right, but and neither do you, but we have to be on that path and actively seeking that truth. And discernment lives here. And usually, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm still long enough, I feel it. I know it's like the truth just speaks. It just reveals itself. My journey started with a series of unfortunate events that made me hit the rock bottom area so hard and with so much force that it jolted me into an awakening. An awakening to what? Well, what felt like a nightmare at first. I wanted to go back to sleep. I prayed it was a dream. I asked out loud, is this hell? My family just kind of scattered. My friends left. I found myself alone. One thing after the other, after the other, after the next, just kept going wrong and getting worse and worse and worse. It's like everything was being stripped away from me, making me feel powerless and vulnerable. When come to find out, that's exactly how it needed to happen. And for all of us here, I'm willing to bet it's your journey too. Might not be the exact same story, but it's a measure of a lot of mishaps that made you land hard to where you had two choices: give up, lay down, and don't get back up, or get up and fight the good fight. And you can clearly see who's fighting the good fight, because you're here. We're still standing. We're still thriving. We're still trying. But it doesn't go without its own amount of major frustration and, Lord knows, the pain, a lot of pain. But I don't know about you guys and how far you are in your journeys, but I've found peace within, as far as you find a humbling ability to love those that hurt you deeply, no matter what, which is the strangest thing, because I held a grudge for a long time. It's easy to do, but you're able to, I don't know, again, it doesn't hold true for everyone, or maybe you're just not there yet, but then one day, next thing you know, I was able to have the sympathy and the empathy for others, and even those that hurt me, because I'm like, well, this is why they're doing that. It's for lack of understanding. It's for lack of knowledge. It's for all the years of conditioning and the horrible things we've been putting in our bodies that they call, this is to protect you from getting sick. No, it wasn't. They used our own soldiers as the guinea pigs first. It was not for that. It was to make us perform and do and act like the robots that are coming, to make us obedient and easier to subdue, and to be able to just use us as the worker ants that we have been this entire time. We have been nothing but little conditioned worker ants, carrying the heavy loads, putting up with the toxins, taking it in the backside, and just saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, may I have another? Fallen soldiers. And I'm not falling in anymore. And I'm not falling for that anymore either. And I just know that there's only one thing that matters. And there's going to be a lot more surprises come up. It's going to only get worse from here. I'm not going to blow smoke up anyone's butts, by the way. Hi, Betsy, my love. Oh my gosh, I am so glad to see you here. This little lady here is just amazing. I cannot even tell you. Part of some of my people here that are fighting the good fight against these data centers. So going back to what I was saying, we're not here to take it. I am tired of people making decisions for me, for my life, my family's life, for you, for your lives. Who said they could just go in and do what they wanted, whenever they wanted, however they wanted, and not even run it by us? They're like, we're going to put these things in your food, and you're going to eat it. You're going to like it. We didn't have to ask you. You know, look at what's in our garbage. Like, our food is garbage here. Go to Canada, go to Europe. They don't have any near the amount of disgusting things that they stick into our food here in our home of the free and the land of the brave. It's more like the home of the greedy and the land of the slaves. Look around. That's where we're living. It is not anything that's considerate of all things, especially us. This is a financial system ran by wealthy people that have subdued us and kept us under the radar for really good reasons and measures. And that's for their own benefit because they know they go nowhere else after this life here. This is it for them. This is all they got. They gave their lives and their souls up to Satan long ago, and there is nothing for them to look forward to. So don't think for 1 second they're not going to work overtime on the little worker ants here that they want to squash so badly, because we still have a fighting chance. We still have that moment to find that love in our heart, the forgiveness we all need to have, and the ability to hold on to each other and work together because we're strong in numbers. And when you put Jesus Christ at the head of that, helm there, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. I'm just here to tell you, I'm not trying to preach a word to anyone. I'm giving my testimony and my feelings because we didn't come from a fart. I'm sorry, guys. They say there's an explosion in the sky, and bam, there you were. Little farts. We're just a few little farts floating around. I'm sorry. I refuse to be a little shit. Excuse my French. Not me, not I. I did not come from an explosion in the sky. Now I'm Dr. Seuss. But the truth is, we were made in his own image, in God's own image. He doesn't make mistakes. Your body works too intricately together. Your blood pumping through your veins, your heart keeping it all going, your brain to submit the signals and send them to wherever the circuit, like a computer. Your body is perfectly, and I mean perfectly, made by our Creator. Once you factor in the human harmful portions that have made some of us not working so perfectly. But he, our Creator, didn't make mistakes, and there was no fart in the sky that could have made everything work together. The ecosystem, the trees, the oxygen, the birds and the bees and the honey and the it's just too perfect to have been a fart in the sky. So I know I'm all over the page, and I'm going to be all over the page probably every day, all the time, because there's a lot at stake here and a lot of topics here. So back to that distraction much, yeah, every which way we look. And why is it there? To keep our eyes off the prize. It's there so that we're not looking for the beauty and the love in this world and the ability that we have to give it to others. And we're not looking to have a personal relationship with our Creator. We're looking to just survive, to just, what are we going to eat next? What are we going to drink next? I'm sick. How am I going to do this? Cost of living's only going up, but our wages stay the same. I mean, heck, and then they try to keep you indoors. They send things out like COVID and say, oh, that came from a lab over yonder. And I'm like, yeah, over yonder, my booty. But, a whole nother topic. Or, oh, there's a hantavirus now, and what's it doing? It's suddenly it can just go from human to human. Anyone that ever looked into the ingredients in that C-Shot series thing, well, I'll just recommend that you do so. But this is for entertainment purposes only. I've got to keep saying that. But it's in there. It's in there. A different strain because, well, viruses are viruses. Keep in mind, viruses are man-made. They're not natural. They are man-made. So when someone has a virus, the flu virus, whatever, it's man-made. It's not just a bacterium that just was in the environment and made someone ill, because that would be a bacterial infection. Viruses, just like a computer virus, are man-made. I mean, the computer's based off of our own operational systems, our human bodies. That's how they knew how to make a computer, because technology is everywhere. Everything's frequency related. Everything is frequency, and it flows. And if the earth below us looks like a circuit board, it's because it is a circuit board. And your body is a battery, a human battery. And the energetic feelings that we have and we put into this world is what operates it. So that energy that you put into negativity, you're going to get some negativity. The more energy on the positive end, and you notice how a Duracell battery has like this much of it's like brownish, and then the very bottom that much is the black part, right? The negative. Just imagine if we could just put a little bit more of that positive energy into it, what a happier place it would be. But they're draining our batteries. They're draining our batteries, and they're replacing us with these best battery energy storage systems where they will store the energy they need, harvesting it from us, in my own opinion. That's what I feel like they're doing. They're harvesting our own energy and taking away our ability to do, think, operate, and carry on for ourselves. And I am sorry if it sounds conspiratorial or far-fetched or out there, but I mean, hello, look where you are today. You're driving vehicles that once didn't exist. You have cell phones that they were once on a wall with a long cord when I was growing up. You have all of this stuff, this facial recognition, these flock cameras going in. And don't think that's for no reason. That's for the same thing. They are taking our energy, our identities, and they are compiling it, and we're going to be useless. We already practically are. And so then we have these other people supporting, in support of these data centers and technology that's moving swiftly and quickly in the middle of, and I'm going to say this again, in the middle of a drought. Why on God's green earth would anyone do that? Because you can't live without water unless they never planned on having us live without water, because if we weren't living, we wouldn't need the water. These are things that just go through my mind, okay? And I am right here to tell you, I am not trying to create any fear among anyone, because we were not given a spirit of fear. And I don't know about you, but I have gotten through every storm by the grace of God. He has made sure. He has kept us safe. He has kept us well. He has kept us, to the best of our ability, healthy, that the world hasn't destroyed. But he's not going to leave us or forsake us. He's never going to do that. He's always going to be here. It's up to us to seek him out and believe in him, because when I've placed that faith in him, that's when I watch my world change. And it does. You can do all things through Christ the Lord who strengthens you. Philippians 4:13. You can do all things, not just some, but all of them. All things through Christ. But you got to seek him first. And I can't say that enough. And I never understood any type of scripture growing up. I felt like it was just forced on me until one day when I woke up, it just started coming naturally. And a light would go off and be like, oh, that's what that means. Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. Knowledge will increase. People going to and fro. Earthquakes, famines, wars, rumors of wars. I've already said this, I know, but I'm going to reiterate because it's all in there. It's all in there, and it's right here, happening right now in our face. There's no coincidence in that. So I'm a believer. You got me. I'm a believer. There's no way I couldn't be, because the proof is right in our face, staring at us, just like that same dollar bill with a pyramid and the all-seeing eye of a fallen God looking at you when you spend it. It's in your face. Ain't going anywhere. It's been there the whole time. Who else do we have here? If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Betsy, I'm so glad you're here. And Kat, I hope you're here too. I didn't see you comment again after the other one. And thank you, Carol. Chosen. Indeed, most people aren't ready for what's coming, and that is true. And the frequencies are too low. And frequency building is important, because a lower frequency is a vibrational level that most people are on. That's what I was saying earlier in the opening. People are vacant. They're absent. That you talk to someone and your conversations are mundane, and you try to have some sort of substance to it, and they're just ignoring you, or you say something that's really important, or something significant that, and I hate to even talk about myself or anything, but sometimes I'll share with, when I think someone that's like me would want to hear, and they just, even sometimes they just oblivious, is just right over and go right on into whatever they're doing, which is an earthly level. And it's, and I am not condemning them, because we are all human. But it's just like, come on, wake up, wake, awake. It's time to wake up. we got to get these robot attitudes and minds and these conditional bodies that are robotically moving back to where they are, tapping into that discernment, that higher frequency. God is a high frequency. Everything is frequency. Everything is frequency. We had huge bells that used to ring all over this world. I know that many of you that are around my age or older know that we had these massive bells everywhere. They were all taken down. Why? Most of you know that there were these huge pipe organs in these cathedrals. And that's just if they were cathedrals, right? Because I kind of feel like they were healing housing, so to speak, where the sound and the tones would heal, the frequencies would heal people of ailments or anything that they were going through, even whether, I don't even know about the mental part, because guys, I think mental illness is created by men, you know. I mean, mind control, MK Ultra was used in our wars. You think it just disappeared and they're just like, no, we don't do that anymore. We put that baby to bed, threw it out with bath water. That's bogus. We just got better. This technology is very, very real. It's very much achieved and achievable because our technology is based off of how our bodies in this environmental level in this world, it's based off of that. They just based it off of that. We've been dumbed down, not improved. We've been becoming the cavemen, not progressing. There's no advancements here, only on their level, and again, creating really nice little slaves. And not today, Satan, not tomorrow, and not ever. I'm here in this fight, and I'm going to stay in this fight. And I will be here to the end no matter what. I have survived all that I have so far. I can survive this. And so can you. We've got this. There's strength in numbers. There's power in prayer. And when we have all of us standing together with this higher frequency and positive outlook and still hold love and understanding, as well as being, less prideful and boastful and humbling ourselves, we could move mountains. The Bible says you could actually move mountains. You just have to have faith. Sorry, I'm going to choke up here. You have to have faith as small as a mustard seed. Tartaria, yes, and the healing centers. That's exactly what I was trying to get at. So Tartaria was real. Of course, this is all technology coming from the fallen. The fallen, are the ones that taught humans the beautifying of the eyes and the making of weapons, and all of our technology came from those who fell. Some people call them aliens. I call them demons or fallen angels, whatever. But we're all still singing the same song, which is kind of the weird part. It's like we're still fighting over that too. We're still fighting over, well, no, I believe in aliens, but then the other person's like, no, those are demons, and no, those are aliens. And it's just like, you guys are saying the exact same flipping thing. What are you arguing about? They're the same. They fell. They're not from here. That means an illegal alien is not from here, right? They come over the border from somewhere. Aliens, not from here. It's the same thing. We're singing the same song. They fell from heaven. They landed here. They got kicked out from up there. And people want to fight over even that. And I'm just like, stop. What are we fighting for? They've kept us fighting. You're a Democrat. You're a Republican. You're a damn liberal. You're enough already. This isn't our fight with each other. This is our fight against evil, against the spiritual ruler and leader in high places and the wicked leaders of this world. That's who our fight's against, not each other. This was never for us to be fighting each other over who's wrong and who's right, because it lives here. The answers are here. They've been right here. They've never left here. You were born with it. The living word of God is within you. It is in your DNA. It will always be there unless you let him snuff it out completely. And I'll tell you what, it's a little hard to get the purity back in this world whenever all your food's toxic, your water sources are pretty depleted soon or bad in general. I mean, they're putting stuff in everything. You're getting a booster here, a booster there. For what? For what? More people passed away from those boosters than they did survive. I'm just saying, like, do the math. It's simple math, really. No, I turned on the news. They said so and so many died. Stop watching the news. It's lying to you. They're lies. They're liars. The devil was a liar and the father of lies. Just snap it up. Turn the boob tube off. Turn it off. Listen to this. Listen to the word. And if you don't believe in that word, go back to the ancient tablets and scriptures and scrolls and decipher it for yourself, because the word's still in there. It's that simple, but we make it that complicated. We're like, no, someone made that Bible. I'm not listening. No, not earmuffs, not listening. What are we, two? I mean, you could find the answers without that, without the compilation there. The answers have always been there. And again, if you can't tap into here, then go further, dig deeper. It's in the ground, it's been pulled up. Go read it. You got AI now to decipher that for you if you want to translate it correctly. And trust me, you'd be surprised the translation that's one thing it is useful for. A correct translation is very helpful, because many of those earlier words, Hebrew, especially the earliest version, Aramaic was the earliest, that Jesus spoke. Then Hebrew, there's a big difference. Some of those words have multiple meanings, and the way they're displayed and used and organized mean something completely different. So, but if you just look, it's eye-opening. It's truly eye-opening. It's like, how did I miss any of this? And yes, they did melt the bells. I do believe you're right. Ammunition, I don't really think was the biggest thing they needed, because they had no problem getting that. But they did. It was the frequency of the bells that I believe was the purpose of melting a big portion of those, because of the healing. The healing, and all of these star forts that they say were designed for, battles and, cannons. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. They're all over this world, strategically placed, and they're old and ancient. That would have been impossible. Those were not anywhere near coming close to being used for battle. Those were not. I'm sorry. But that's cymetics, sound, frequency, the generation of it. Your football stadiums completely, clearly to me, are made to harvest energy. You've got your batteries, your crowd cheering on one side and the negatives on the other. It's energetic. Tesla knew the secrets of this. Tesla told us about this, and we should have already known it, because we were born with it, but it was stripped away from us. And they did one hell of a job, let me tell you. They did. And you don't take my word for it. Just dig. That's what I did. Dig. You can find your own answers. They're typically coming out relatively the same for the biggest portion of us, and there's going to be differences, because the growth and the journey for each of us is different. It's different. It's not going to be the same. It wasn't supposed to be and doesn't have to be. It's not how you get there. It's when you get there. It's why did you get there? Who helped you? What are you getting to? It's your Lord. It's your Creator. It's your story, and it's His story. History is His story. But you have a story. How are you going to write it? Or are you going to let them keep writing it for you? I'm not letting them write my story anymore. They're going to put the pen down and put that baby to bed. No more writing my story. They don't get to do that anymore. I'm sick of them getting to decide. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight the good fight. That's why I'm here. I wasn't here to be comfortable, to be happy, to be blessed. None of us are here for that. This is a trial. This has always been a trial. This is the battle of the fittest in a sense, but it's a battle for your soul. And it's not like God threw us into this war. We threw ourselves into it by those that were given free will. The first mistake made by men. And, God's like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm here for you. You just got to seek me. And then we want to be lazy and think, oh, He's still going to accept us. We're just going to do what we want. It'd be like doing that to your own parents. I love my children so much. They came from me. I made them, right? I can't even imagine how it would feel if they came out and they're just like, you wicked woman, I hate you for absolutely no reason, but I want nothing to do with you. You're putrid to me. I'm never talking to you again. And they walked away. Ouch. You think I'm gonna go like wrangle him back up, say, "Oh no, you didn't." Just hold on to him, say like, "You gotta stay here and keep him prisoner." That's what God says. He's like, "I have been here. I have never left you. I've never forsaken you. I've always been here. It was you who left me." And again, I know there's wickedness, but he can't put his hands into this spiritual world because there's a duality going on here, folks, if you haven't figured it out. And it's been written about as well. And we don't have to understand. We don't have to understand the whole reason behind. What we have to do is have the faith and believe, because we're going somewhere beautiful. We have nothing but peace, love, and glory coming for us. Betsy, that's right. She says it's pretty easy to see what's happening today, and that the elites think that they are better. They do, that's for sure. They may have to resort to drastic measures to control the population, and that they have, and they will, and they'll do it again. I agree, but again, we have nothing to fear. And you're right, Betsy. She says it's never been about getting riches to her or me either. We're here to awaken. That's right, sleepy people and people. The slumber, I know, is real, and it is hard to see it when you're in the haze. It's hard to realize it when you have been walking through that fog the whole time and couldn't even really see what was in front of you because it's been foggy. And that's the only real correlation I can make, because we have never had the biggest picture. We've never been able to look with our own eyes. We have been vaccinated. That does affect us, our thinking, our everything. We have been calcified in areas by fluoride and other bad things we put into our bodies from day one. And I know many of you of the older eras have a vaccination ring, like somewhere on the arm. Like my dad has one, my mom has one, like a polio shot, I believe. Candy Nelson had one. We talked about this on the channel before. We are lab rats. We have been lab rats. We've been nothing more than lab rats this whole time. And then my kids came and were born, and then all of a sudden they have like, you got to get the HIV shot, or the Hep B, or there's just always something, HPV, there's human papilloma. And it's not really like, they're not saying, hey, do you consent? They're just taking them and doing it in a sneaky way. And the only ones that know how to say no are the ones that are aware of it. And it's hard to be aware if you don't have someone telling you. It's indoctrination. It's been handed down from generation to generation. And I'm going to say this again. This is just for entertainment purposes only. We're having a conversation and just a group gathering here for entertainment. I have to say this, you all, because algorithm, which is artificial intelligence, runs everything. They whip this stuff down as quick as possible because it's been programmed by a programmer coming from the who? Yes, you got it. The powers that be, or those that think that they are the biggest and the best and the grand. So it's been structured and conditioned to take these things down off the platforms where nobody gets to see them. I've had my channel removed before. I've had plenty of videos taken down, because when you get close to the truth, or even that close to the truth, you're going to get the trolls on you. You're going to get algorithm fake bots coming and pretending like they're people telling you mean, horrible things, or channels just stripped down and you get nothing. You start all over from scratch. And trust me, I do. They're not stopping me. I'm not stopping. But you got to be definitely mindful of what's going on around you, because it's real. Those flock cameras that they're installing with the facial recognition, your license plate, everything, it's real. You thought China has the surveillance thing going on? It's been here just the same. It's worldwide. It's just that China is like a little bit more, straightforward, and we're just sneaky about it. But I mean, it's been written like that. The script has been written like that because all the world's a stage. Every man and woman just merely players. That's all. We're just actors. The world's a stage. It's in the script. Okay, they keep the countries fighting against each other, but in the actuality of it, all of these leaders, world leaders, are, they're like this on all sides. They have been, and it should be obvious. We got parts from China over here coming in. We got people from China coming in here buying up our land. We got immigrants coming all the time, flying in and out. What are you thinking? You really think that there's some sort of we don't get along, our leaders don't get along? Give me a break. Give me a break. China's buying up all the land around here. I can tell you that for sure, because I'm the one delivering legal documents proving so half the time, okay? They're owning our land here. So there is no our land. It's one world. Nuevo Oro Seclorum, one world government, new world of the ages. There, here we are. It's been here. You heard Bush talk about it, a new world, new world order. That's just them like putting a bug in your ear. It's already been here. They've been yelling it to your face the whole time. It's just the joke's on us. And I'm tired of their jokes. I'm not laughing anymore. I am kind of laughing because like I can't wait to see what's coming when all of us wake up and they're like, "Oh crap, here they come." Because their day's coming. The days are numbered. Look at how many people are waking up right now. There are so many people waking up. And I'll tell you what, when I first woke up years ago, I felt bat crack crazy, but I knew I wasn't. But I mean, I was treated like I was. There was very few people even remotely awake. There was a small handful, but not very many. And for outreach groups like on YouTube or Facebook, you could not find groups that like I was like, what is going on? I went to bed one night and I woke up and now I see the world completely. It was like black and white change. What happened? The lights went on and I thought, oh my Lord, like this is hell or this is real. What's going on? Because it's almost a scary feeling until you realize other people are with you. They're starting to see it too, and okay, I'm breathing now. Okay, I'm not. I knew I wasn't crazy, but I didn't want to do this alone. I mean, the Bible did say there's a narrow doorway and very, very few, but I wasn't expecting to even be remotely one of the very first ones to wake up, and I did it alone. I mean, it was hard, and I know many of you probably did too, but for those of you that are just coming into it, just know that there were people before you that had no idea how crazy things were going to get and could be until we found ourselves completely alone and going through it, and which actually I believe was planned with purpose to put us here for you and whoever else as they come along and they wake up, because that guidance is necessary. It takes a strong soul and a tremendous amount of courage to navigate your spirit in its awakening. It really does. It could be very scary, and it's ended badly for some. I will just say that, but this is honestly the biggest beautiful blessing that can happen to any of us. So on that note, I am I'm going to hang this up for tonight. I'm going to like I said, I'm going to go to the commissioner's court hearing tomorrow morning early, but I am going to leave you on just one more video just to close out before I wrap it all up. I do want you all to know I love you and I appreciate you. I mean, I'm so blessed to have so many brothers and sisters in Christ in my life, and beautiful souls that just have so many beautiful blessings that they bring with them. You all have this unique abilities of your own these things that you do that just make my world a better place. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even want to fight this fight. But because of you, it makes me much more passionate, much more stronger. And I don't mean I wouldn't want to fight this fight, but you guys give me reason. You give me courage by standing with me and even just being here to let me know, like, I'm listening, we care. I couldn't do it without you. I can't express that in any other way. I didn't ask for this place where I am. As you know, I do not receive monetization on my channel. I have never asked for it. I do not ask for it. This is a God thing. This is a thing that God calls us to do. So just so you know, my heart is pure when I do this. My heart does this out of love and out of being obedient to my Lord, because that's how he wanted it. People charging for gifts coming from him and words flowing from his own lips. Why are they charging for that? It was free, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And his love has always been free and abundant, and ours should be as well. And every day I'm working on myself, and Lord knows I am a flawed woman. We're all flawed, but we have to learn how to stand on our own 2 feet again, forgive ourselves, and we're forgiven. when we ask for it, we're protected. When we ask for Him to come in, and we say, Lord, I believe in you. I take you as my Lord and Savior. He'll never walk away from you, ever. He's never left. You just got to invite Him in. Knock on the door should be open to you. Seek and you'll find. So, yeah, there's distraction, but let me tell you, there's more of us than there is of their distraction, and they can just go kiss it as far as I'm concerned, truly. But again, I'm going to play this one more video here, so just bear with me while I try to pull it up. Leaving you on that note, and then you guys will, I'm sure you probably have a pretty good understanding of things that are going on. And sorry, I've got messages coming in, so it's making it hard for me to click on my videos. Here we go. All right. Maybe I'm not there yet. I was getting there though. All right, guys, just bear with me. I know that sometimes I get carried away, and there's just so much to this, though. There is just so much. I just can't even, sometimes I'm like, and I know I feel like I have diarrhea at the mouth, and y'all are like, you're all over the page. You're right. You are absolutely right. I'm all over the page, and I don't want to be, but it's just, I am sometimes, because, well, that's what God gave me and how I am, and what it is, and I'm trying. All right, let me see here. I think I finally made it in to the studio here. I lost everything when I shut the first one down. I just went click. I was like trying to figure out how to navigate again. It's been a while. You guys know it's been a while since I've been on here, especially with Miss Candy Nelson and her departing this beautiful, not so beautiful world, but she made my world a more beautiful place. I know she made many of y'all's as well a more beautiful place, and she is so missed, but she is in such a better place, and I know she smiles down on each of us every day with love and admiration for those that are continuing on here and fighting the good fight. And it is the good fight, and this war has already been won. It has already been won. We're fine, but we've got brothers and sisters to reach out to that they need us. They need us. They can't do it without us, and we need to be here for them. Hold on, I'm getting there. Can you believe it? It got a little closer. Okay. Put down one more here. I had them all up earlier, and then right whenever I went to come on from the brief video I played right away, I had to completely shut it because it kept playing and playing, and that wasn't couldn't get it to shut up and talk at the same time, if that makes sense. I am literally just okay. Here we go. This is the one I'm going to leave you on. You guys just kind of just remember that this is our world, and this is where we are. So, playing now.
See now comes in a very wide, large spectrum of light that you never, ever knew existed. There is no turning back, as said before. The only way to go from here is forward. Now let's all grasp hands as we travel there together as one, as we were always meant to be, opening one door at a time that live in dimensional realms in what you've come from and been to before. You just have no memory of it. Now on my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm noticing the pained look on your face as we travel through all the space and time that we have lived through before. As the quantum physics run through your veins like shards of electricity, I see a sadness come over all of you, each of you with different stories, all of their own. I want you to know, because I can hear you ask, Why is my family not listening? Why are they not here with me? This is not their story, you see. That's why they aren't here with you. This is your story. It starts with you. It was always with you. Their stories only exist because of you. Don't you see this? Yes, that's right. Those are giants that you see. There were giants in those days. Don't you remember? The story's been told for centuries, thousands upon thousands of years. Rolling hills and mountains, giants of old, we are told. And if you look real close, you can see them. You can see them sleeping where they lie, where they fell, in a great battle, because their time had ended and yours had just begun. Do you see those buildings over there? Those ones that are grand and glorious, with stature and structure and an architectural design that even we could not replicate today in the present time? Do you see them? Who do you think built those? It wasn't us. The Bible specifically speaks of these. I just think somehow you didn't understand that. It spoke of a time when men started worshiping idols, when they had love for money and self more than they had for another. They had to have the very best of the best, the most glorious of all. They had to shine and be bright and build their towers into heaven so that they could be just as tall and big and grand as the Lord. But you see, that was never possible, and Babylon fell. Through fire and brimstone they burned, brick by brick. One by one they melted and crumpled into the wriggly mess that you see today, looking like rocks melted in, but one that stands no longer, one that melted purposely, destroyed by God Himself. Oh yes, now I see your next question. Why are the seashells in the desert? How did they get there? How would a seashell ever get in the desert? I've got the answer for you. When good and evil collided, there was a great flood, and it wiped out the entire world because of man's sin. You might recall this one. Noah, who had to build an ark that must contain certain dimensions so that it could fit certain family members and species and animals alike. I think you remember that story. The dimensions were built to perfection given by God Himself, and the only way that they were to survive was due to that ark, with perfect measurements that only our Lord Himself could have known. Oh, I see. So you think that somehow some of those evil beings survived? Well, of course they did, silly. The Bible need not speak of that. That was a no-brainer, for Satan was cast to the earth. He's chained in the pits of it, waiting to be unleashed, and he will be unleashed. But his minions still work for him daily. They've been here ever since. There's no way you can get rid of that evil being until the Lord Himself does come back, and Satan himself, burning in fire and brimstone, just as he deserves. And Satan will be diminished forever. So why are we not understanding this? How is it that you didn't know? We were given a handbook. Yes, I know. It has most certainly been manipulated through the hands of men, and bad ones at that. But the Word of God is called the living Word of God because it lives within you. And there's somehow, some way, a book like that survives with its good grace still remaining in its content for a reason. They were words to live by, words given to you for the knowing of His coming and return. And all the signs were also placed within that good book. All the signs to look for. Have you looked around lately? Have you? All those signs, they're beginning to unfold and take place right before our very eyes. You know, we're living in them. We don't know the time or the place or the day when He comes. We don't know this, but He did give us those signs. And my beautiful beings, my friends, all the signs are here. Just look around. Look around you, would you? Do you not see? Can you not see them? These are the signs. All predicted from something written thousands of years ago and taking place right before your very eyes. You cannot have one foot in and one foot out. You must have both feet submerged and be ready. It is time, so prepare your hearts for what is coming. For the Lord doth come quickly. Like a thief in the night he'll return. Will you be ready? So are you. Are you ready? Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to stand? And are you ready to win? It's just a matter of time before we hear the last trumpet blow. When it gives way and it bellows like a deep moan, and you can hear it all over the earth, from one end to the other, and deep into the center of your soul, you hear that trumpet blow. Satan never stood a chance against us. He could never win, because we have the Almighty God on our side. We've always meant to win. But you have a choice. Do you walk with God, or will you walk with Him? And I myself, I'm in the fight. I am in the fight. And the warriors will rise and charge at their enemy and slaughter him. So be warned, Satan. Be ever so warned. We are all here for the fight. 3, 2, 1. You lose, Satan. The end. So before I bring you back from this journey, and I am aware that it's been a long one and there's much to digest, but let me ask you one question. It's a question of truth. It's a question that involves your eternity. Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to put all that you have into it? Are you? Just remember the free will that you've been instilled with and given freely from your Lord God. What are you going to do with that free will? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to make a difference and ready to fight? Are you ready to take the stand? Remember, you have a choice each and every single day. And that's just if we see another one after today. Now there isn't much time left. I think we should work diligently and together at that. Now all these things I've shared with you, all these things that I've shown you in the journey to your beginning, with the peek into your past and the vision of what your future could be, what is your choice going to be? Do you know it? Do you know what your choice will be? I think you should, and I think you do. Now let's go. Hurry, we haven't much time. Grab hands and hold on tight. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Are you wide awake? I thought so. Now let's get busy. We have an entire world to wake and not much time left to do so. Like he said, go out into the world and tell them. Tell them all about the signs. Tell them that he is coming and that all the signs are there. And in case they're wondering, just remember the words to say. And this, my friends, is when and how you will know he is coming. He's coming in the clouds with power and great glory, and every eye will see